The last transmission. The year was 2347. Earth was dying. Not from war, not from plague, but from silence. 3 months ago, the sun had begun to dim. Not dramatically, not in a way that sparked immediate panic. It started as a flicker, the way a candle stutters before a draft. Then the temperatures fell. Crops failed across entire continents. Oceans stiffened at the edges. Governments collapsed under the weight of a cold they couldn't explain. In a reinforced bunker beneath what was once Nairobi, Commander Elliot Marsh sat before the last functioning deep space transmitter on Earth. He was 46 years old, gray at the temples, hands trembling, not from cold, but from the magnitude of what he was about to do. "This is Commander Elliot Marsh of the United Earth Council," he said, his voice measured but raw. "We are a civilization of 8 billion souls. Our star is failing. We do not know why. We cannot stop it. We are asking, pleading, for any intelligence capable of receiving this signal to help us." He paused. Swallowed hard. "We have nothing left to offer. Only our existence." He transmitted the message on every known frequency, in every mathematical language humanity had ever devised. Then he leaned back in his chair and waited, fully expecting silence in return. Something answers. 11 days later, they came. Not with a radio response. Not with a greeting transmitted politely across the void. They simply appeared, 4 vessels, each the size of a mountain range, materializing in low orbit without sound, without warning, without the courtesy of announcement. They blotted out what little light the failing sun still offered. The world's remaining military networks lit up instantly. Missiles armed. Satellites pivoted. But every weapon system on Earth powered down simultaneously, as if switched off by a single finger. Elliot received a transmission, not in words, but in images burned directly into his mind. He saw stars being moved. He saw galaxies being reshaped. He saw civilizations rising and collapsing like sand castles before these beings, who watched with the detached patience of geologists observing erosion. The message was clear: we heard you. We are the Veil. And you should understand what you have summoned. The price of rescue. A single veil descended to the surface. It wore a form only loosely human, too tall, too still, its face a shifting arrangement of light and geometry. It stood in the ruins of Nairobi's old city center and requested Elliot by name. He went alone. He owed the world that much. "You asked for help," the veil said. Its voice arrived inside his chest, not his ears. "We can restore your star. We have done it before, for 41 civilizations. And the other civilizations?" Elliot asked. "The ones you didn't restore." A pause that lasted precisely long enough to be terrifying. "They chose pride over survival. They questioned our methods. They fired weapons at us." It tilted its geometric face. "You fired weapons at us. Those were automatic systems. We know." Another pause. "That is why you are still breathing." Elliot steadied himself. "What do you want in return?" The veil was quiet for a long moment. When it spoke again, the words felt carved into the air. "We want nothing you have. We want something you are. Every civilization we save contributes one thing to the Veil archive, the memory of who you were before we arrived. Your art. Your music. Your grief. Your love. All of it, copied perfectly, preserved forever. And us? The actual people? You continue. Freely. We do not conquer. We do not enslave. We collect echoes. The choice at the end of the world." Elliot stood alone in the cold Nairobi wind for a very long time. He thought about the 8 billion people slowly freezing. He thought about children who had never seen a warm summer. He thought about what it meant to hand over the memory of everything humanity had ever felt, every symphony, every prayer, every war poem, every lullaby, to beings so powerful they moved stars for sport. It felt like a kind of death. And also, unmistakably, like survival. He looked up at the 4 mountain-sized ships hanging overhead like dark moons. "Do it," he said. Within hours, the sun began to brighten. Humanity survived. And somewhere in the vast Veil archive, a perfect copy of everything they had ever been, every sorrow, every triumph, every desperate, beautiful, terrified moment, was filed quietly away between the echoes of 41 other civilizations that had also, once, looked up at the stars and begged.